Hello everyone, this is your energy healer Ritika Jaiswal. I welcome you all to the book study session of Autobiography of a Yogi. And yes, today it is part 2 video of chapter 8, which is India's great scientist J.C. Bose. We did half of the chapter in the previous video and we are continuing the remaining. So let me share the screen with you all. Yeah. So in the previous video, we have seen what was his speech after opening the research center, how he told it is not a research center, it is, it is a temple for him. So, and then how he showed him like chloroform, the use of chloroform in plants, how it, it soothes the effect of cutting when the plant is cut, then before giving it chloroform, how the pain is reduced, pain is less, all these things, all these stimuli, his equipment was showing he has made those equipments. So we did till chloroform one. Let me see, yeah, this one. Yeah, and then he also told about there is a changes in instruments also, metals also. Like, let's continue from here. Bose instruments have demonstrated that metals such as steel used in scissors and machinery are subject to fatigue and regain efficiency by periodic rest. The life pulse in metal is seriously harmed or even extinguished through the application of electric currents or heavy pressure. So now his Bose instruments showed that when the metals are used, so their efficiency gets harmed. So it needs to be given proper rest to regain its efficiency. So can you understand his instrument observed so minutely so many things? So let's continue over here. I looked around the room at numerous invention, eloquent testimony of tireless ingenuity. Sir, it is lamentable that mass agricultural development is not speeded by fuller use of your marvelous mechanism. Would it not be easily possible to employ some of them in quick laboratory experiments to indicate the influence of various types of fertilizers on plant growth? So now he's saying that, not all, but certain equipments, can't they just be, used in agriculture? And over here, he has also said, would it not be easily possible to employ some of them in quick laboratory experiments to indicate the influence of various types of fertilizer on plant growth? You are right, right. Countless uses of Bose instruments will be made by future generation. The scientist seldom knows contemporaneous reward. It is enough to possess the joy of creative service. With expression of unreserved gratitude to the indefatigable sage, I took my leave. Can the astonishing fertility of his of his genius ever be exhausted? I thought. No. Diminution came with the years, inventing an intricate instrument, the resonant cardiograph. Bose then pursued extensive research on innumerable Indian plants, an enormous unsuspected pharmacopoeia of useful drugs was revealed. The cardiograph is constructed with an unerring accuracy by which a 1/100th part of second is indicated on a graph. Resonant records measure infinite decimal pulsation in plant, animal, and human structure. The great botanist predicted that the use of his cardiograph will lead to vivisection on plant instead of animals. Side by side recordings of the effects of medicine given simultaneously to plants and animals have shown astounding unanimity in result. He pointed out everything in man has been foreshadowed in the plant. Experimentation on vegetation will contribute to lessening of human suffering. So now he's saying that whatever has been whatever things which have been experimented on um, humans, on man, can equally be applied to plants and animals. Like everything in man has been foreshadowed in plants. Like whatever we have, it is kind of in reflection. It is a reflection. You can see it in the plants. Experimentation on vegetation will contribute to lessening of human suffering. Years later, BOSE pioneer plant findings were substantiated by a scientist. Work done in 1938 at Columbia University. He reported the New York Times as follows. It has been determined within the past few years that when the nerves transmit messages between brain and other parts of the body, tiny electrical impulses are being generated. These impulses have been measured by delicate galvanometer and magnified millions of times by modern amplifying apparatus. Until now, no satisfactory methods have been found to study the passage of impulses along the nerve fiber in living animals or man because of great speed with which these impulses travel. Dr. K.S. Cole and H.J. Curtis reported having discovered that the long single cell of freshwater plant Nutella, used frequently in goldfish bowls, are virtually identical with those of single nerve fiber. Furthermore, they found that Nutella fiber are being excited, propagated electrical waves that are similar in every way except velocity to those of the nerve fiber in animals and man. The electrical nerve impulses in plants were found to be much slower than those in animals. This discovery was therefore seized upon by the Columbia worker as a mean of taking slow motion pictures of the passage of electrical impulses in nerves. Like in the previous line, what J.C. Bose said that whatever human body, human figure has, same thing is there in plants. So it is not different. And over here, they're talking about nerve fiber, which there was a single nerve fiber, sorry, fresh water plant in Nutella. They saw this nerve fiber which was equivalent, which was similar to that of human and animal nerve fiber. The Nutella plant thus may become a sort of Rosetta Stone for deciphering closely guarded secret close to very borderland of mind and matter. The poet Rabindranath Tagore was a stalwart friend of India's idealistic scientist. To him, the sweet Bengali singer addressed the following lines. Now, he's saying that J.C. Bose's friend was Rabindranath Tagore, and he has written, these lines for him. O hermit, call you in the authentic words of that old hymn called Sama, rise awake. Call to the man who boasts his shastric lore from his vain, pedantic wranglings profitless. Call to that foolish braggart to come forth out on the face of nature, this broad earth. Send forth this call unto the scholar band, together round thy sacrifice of fire. Let them all gather. So many are India, our ancient land, unto her return. O once again return to steadfast work, to duty and devotion to her trance of earnest meditation. Let her sit once more unruffled, greedless, strifeless, pure. Oh, once again upon her lofty seat and platform, teacher of all lands. So, this was a little, poetic lines written by Rabindranath Tagore for his friend J.C. Bose. So, in these lines, as per my understanding and as per my interpretation, I can say that he's saying, O hermit, call thou in the authentic words of that old hymn called Sama. Say he's telling with those authentic word, I can call Sama, rise and awake. Call to the man who boasts his shastric lore from his vain pedantic wrangling profitless, means a man who has so much of knowledge, not considering money. He has so many knowledge, and he's continuously doing researches, doing things. Call to that foolish braggart to come forth out on the face of nature, his broad earth. Send forth this call unto the thy scholar band, together round thy sacrifice of fire. Let them all gather. So may our India, our ancient land, unto herself return once again, return to steadfast work. So he's telling now in talking about his friend, he then has shifted to India. Like India has so many um, good work to tell to the world, and India is continuously working on things, and like with duty and devotion and of earnest meditation. Let her sit once more unruffled, greedless, thriftless, pure. And all that research work he was doing, it was full of devotion, no greed involved. It was very pure. And he's saying it is like meditation. In meditation, what we do? We just follow whatever form of meditation you do. We just follow the light, endlessly following the light, connecting with God, connecting to the divine. So in the same way, what scientists do, they have something in their mind and they keep on working. Everything is channelized to that goal. So, oh, once again, upon her lofty seat and platform, teacher of all lands. And in India, there are so many teachers who teaches, they are teacher of all lands. So this was my interpretation as per my understanding. I told you it can be little different. You can also have your interpretation. You can have also your own understanding. So yes, this was chapter 9. Sorry, chapter 8. Then we'll be doing chapter 9, the blissful devotee and his cosmic romance. So total there are I think 47 chapters. Sorry, 49 chapter. And you can say after doing ninth chapter, 40 more are there. There is no hurry. We'll just go slow. And our ultimate objective is, see, 49 chapters won't make any sense to you, or it can be like all the 49 chapters won't have a meaning in your life. But like going through all the chapter, you will get to know about science, like how we got to know about J.C. Bose in the previous chapter. We'll get to know about spirituality. We'll get to know about India. We'll get to know about how was this, life of spiritual guru, what challenges he had to face, and what guidance he got, and then why patience is important. And everything has a time. Your purpose will get revealed only at a certain time. So all these chapters, I can say there is some messages for us, and it helps us to connect more to our inner self, more, you can say, what is our purpose, what needs to be done. So I think in that way, this book helps a lot. And definitely after, chapter by chapter, as I am going through this book once again, I think this is the third time I'm reading this book. So it is a completely different experience for me going through this book for the third time. And I think when I'll go through this book for the fourth time, it will be then again a different experience. So, yes, we'll just go with the flow, and there's no hurry to complete all the 49 chapters. More important is to imbibe that energy, imbibe that, whatever messages we need to know. So, yes, thank you again for watching the book study.